It is no secret that Americans have said some very questionable things over the years, including myself. I've said some very questionable things, and there is a whole subreddit that highlights and definitely proves that us Americans think we only exist in the world. All right. It's called US defaultism. We're going to be going over a lot of these things. If there's anything that we have said to you at any point that you guys can put in the comments down below, please let me know. What are some wild things Americans have said to you that made you scratch your head and do one of these? Okay. So let's get straight into it. Go ahead and like this video. This will be a new series on the channel. Looking at this first post right here. It is, I'm disappointed. This right here, it's from TikTok apparently. This, you can see at the top, it says we paid 60% of the total effort. Trump over here half smirking. And then Brian Smith says, what is Macron saying? Why doesn't he speak English? And he's like, are you asking why the French president speaks in a French accent? Oh my God. I did watch this, and actually this clip right here was President Macron basically correcting Trump, because Trump was saying that I think he paid more of a bigger percentage of the total effort, and the French president was like, no, actually we pay 60% of the total effort. Don't get it twisted. Okay. Now, if I'm wrong with that, let me know. That's going to be another thing you can add to the defaultism thing. But bruh, this is definitely, come on now. All right. Next one here. It says, my birthday is 28/7. Okay. So I'm assuming this is July 28th. But this person says 28 is not a month. My guy, a small inference would be quite nice, right? Obviously, there are not 28 months in a year. You can use your noggin and see clearly. This is July 28th. It doesn't take more than one brain cell to figure that out. All right. And I'm pretty sure the whole comment section is packing this man silly. Let me look. It says, what's the top comment? I got to see the top comment. I'm very curious. What does it say? Okay, it says, I mean, they aren't wrong. There is no month called 28. Obviously. I mean, there's also a lot of things that don't exist. Good God. There isn't a month called 7 either. What could this person when could this person possibly be born? September? Oh my gosh, dude. So, if only the extra months were added after December, it'd be perfectly fine. Okay, so there's this big blurb right here that we'll read really quick. By the way, there is a common misconception about this. Indeed, an explanation that frequently comes up is that between the 2 months, July and August, were added between June and September to honor Julius Caesar and Augustus, respectively, but that is not accurate. The original Roman calendar only did have 10 months, but those 10 months were March to December. Then the period between December and March was originally not tracked by the calendar until January and February were added. But this was still somewhat of a mess because those 12 months did not make up 365 days, and an intercalary month was sometimes added, but it wasn't something automatic and well regulated. Then Julius Caesar introduced what we know now as the Julian calendar, with the new lengths of the months that we're familiar with, and a consistent leap day intercalculation rule. Doing so, he fixed the start of the new year in January rather than March. Note that at the time, the names July and August were completely anachronistic, and these were known as Quintilius and Sextilius back then. That's right, 5th and 6th months. The renaming of Quintilius into July was only done shortly after Caesar's death, and only a few decades later, Sextilius was renamed to August. Those renamings did not move to the position of September to December within the year, moving the start of the year to January instead of March did. That's actually pretty crazy. I didn't know that. But the more you know, the farther you'll go. So moving on to the next post, my guy. Okay. So it says, spotted on a British skit about manual versus automatic driving licenses. It says, there are definitely more automatic cars on the road than manual, LOL. No one's impressed you can jerk off your car or maybe save some weird grandpas. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Okay. It says no one's impressed you can jerk off your car, save maybe some weird grandpas. Uh I guess except maybe some weird grandpas. Not in the UK. Most cars here are manual transmission. I mean, that's a thing. In Europe in general, there are more manual transmission cars. But get this, right? I did hear that automatic cars are becoming more popular. I did hear that. So I'm not sure if that's true. Y'all can let me know. But I think that is a thing. Again, I could be cooked. And that is, come on, that's a tale as old as time. Okay, over here it says r/no stupid questions, and then boom. Can a band that is unknown in the United States but big in the rest of the world be considered successful? Oh my God. Oh my God, they can't be serious. Let's read that again and attempt to put my two brain cells together. Can a band that is unknown in only the United States but big in the rest of the world, you answered your own question, be considered successful? Posts that prove that Americans think they're the only people that exist on the planet, and that is literally this right here. Brother, just because you made it big in America does not mean you are popping like that. Almost everyone in the charts here is clearly unsuccessful. Very sad. They must be crying in their large amounts of money over people in the U.S. not knowing them. This user's from Japan. That's crazy. Maybe they need to sing in American. You mean simplified English? Oh my God, this is cancer. Let me go ahead and... all right. I guess that's the correct sub to not get slaughtered in. Yeah. r/no stupid questions. Of course, nobody would pack you up because people be asking the most diabolical questions in there, man. Like, bruh, what the heck? A better question would be if an artist that is only famous in the U.S. can truly be considered famous. That goes for 99% of American rappers who nobody knows are here, but are supposedly famous. True. Very true. I'd say a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of American rappers are actually known outside of the U.S. So the people, like the top people, probably, but everybody else, meh. All right. Alternate universe America. AO3 needs an alternate universe America tag. Okay. Insert AU here, but it's American. What would it mean to write an AU that was, to the best of your ability, set in a country that... an alternate universe, you know what I mean? So what would it mean to write an alternate universe that was, to the best of your ability, set in a country that made some vague sense to the context of the canon? What would it mean to spend time researching another country and enjoying the process of finding out what their local sports or coffee shops or universities are like? What would it mean to find someone who could tell you what felt out of place for the character in the context of their actual nationality? What, bruh? What the fuck? Wow. I got. Okay. Moving on to the next one. Non-Americans are foreigners, apparently. Here we go. So it says foreigners deal with crazy increments of money, for we all know that whole pile of money can be worth $100. Oh my God, bruh. It's so funny that, I mean, I've done this a lot myself, right? I default into calling everything dollars. Like, oh, how much did this cost when I'm in another country? Oh, it's about like $12, $13, $14, but I don't refer to it in the country's currency. I mean, I used to do that, but now I used to refer to things in dollars and, U.S. terminology, but whenever I'm in said country, I use their currency, as I should have been doing. Something I had to learn. I'm living in South Korea now, so obviously they use the Korean won, and so I refer to pricing with that. But, I can translate the pricing of won to U.S. dollars for those people that are like scratching their heads about like how much things cost out here. All right. So right here it says Republican means the same thing everywhere, right? Okay, kneecap is not for Joe Rogan. Do you know that kneecap are Republicans? You do know that kneecap are Republicans, right? I did not know that, actually. I don't even know what that means. Not that kind of Republican. A Republican is a Republican. That sums up American Republicans perfectly. Ireland and the U.S. have two very different types of Republicans. I actually do want to know, if you guys let me know in the comments down below, how intense is the Republican Party in Ireland in comparison to the US? It might be two entirely different things. But let's read some of these comments. It says, in Australia, a Republican is someone who wants to get rid of the monarchy and make Australia a republic. Australian Republicans can be from anywhere on the political spectrum and are not the same as American Republicans. Very, 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 very well written. It says, yep, that's most Republicans outside of the U.S. They're just usually against monarchies, which also makes a lot of sense too. Republics are against monarchies. Interesting. I love confusing Americans by telling them I'm a liberal Republican. Yo, that would tear us up, bro. That would tear us up. Like my one brain cell shivered a little bit when I read that. A liberal Republican. That actually exists out there, huh? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, that is crazy. All right. It says, I wonder what they think of XPM Malcolm Turnbull, a Republican, was the leader of the Liberal Party, but by Australian standards, a conservative, but probably still more left-leaning than the majority of Democrats. Oh my God, that is actually crazy. Yeah, liberal politics are right-wing, maybe center-right at best in cost places. The most left-leaning faction in the U.S. would be centrist in most European countries. Democrats, yeah. That's right-wing conservatives with some progressive ideas. Oh my God, dude. I did not even think of that. What? Oh my God. Okay. All right. Well, I am mind blown. Okay. Okay. So my first one, context and second image. So what the heck do you mean, those who don't know? We've all been in debt because of healthcare. Non-Americans might not know. We're projecting heavy, dude. Our healthcare is abominable. I'm not going to lie. I mean, the world knows this. Americans, we know this too, but we also default into thinking everybody's healthcare is ridiculously expensive as well. So here we go. So for those that don't know, in the USA, medical care ain't free. You need to pay a lot of money. Or if you work in the USA, the health insurance will pay your health care costs. America? Are you talking about the continent? Oh my God, brother. When you get injured in America and someone mentions calling the ambulance, oh my God, bruh. That's fucking crazy. A lot of people avoid the ambulance like a plague, like the plague out there. Okay, so poll assumes that everyone is American, or Republican, or Democrat. So would you be friends with someone who is the opposite political opinion as you? Okay, yes, Democratic, no Democratic, yes Republican, no Republican, depends Democratic, depends Republican. Bro, what kind of question is this? Political governmental poll. Who wrote this, bruh? Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Let's see the top comment, because there's no way they wrote this with a clear conscience. Okay, this person's from Germany. What's the opposite of FDP or CDU or SPD or Greens or AFD? Those parties don't exist. For fuck's sake, Germany isn't real. Everything is the USA. Well, you heard it from this user, folks. Obviously, the USA is the only country to exist. I know they're being facetious, but it is funny, bro. Some people really think like that. Like, America is the only country ever. Boom. Sure, Jerusalem, Illinois means Illinois, right? Oops. Look what I just did, dude. I just got cooked. Jerusalem, IL means Illinois, right? I got cooked. Yesterday, I crashed for a very, very stupid reason. That doesn't really matter. My first time ever in a car accident, and honestly, I felt like the world is going to end. I woke up today to a few offers to fix it back, ranging between 2 to 2.8K, including all expenses. I live in Jerusalem, IL. I would have thought this was Illinois for real, honestly. I would have thought that was Illinois. So I'm guilty. Guilty. And everything is expensive here. Is it really worth it? Yes, but still kind of feel like I should drop it and focus on uni until on uni. I need to hear some opinions. Prussian Motors in Norristown, Pennsylvania might have some difficulty to find parts. You could be Prussian Motors in Norristown, Pennsylvania might have some difficulty to find parts you could be looking for. They only sell BMW parts or BMW parts. I don't know what you're talking about, but thanks. Original poster lives in Israel, not Illinois. It's funny that Israel has the same abbreviation as Illinois. That would definitely confuse me. That would actually confuse me though. I'm not gonna lie. So I fell into that stereotype with that alone. You thinking of moving to Russia? Never mind. Here's U.S. stated suit you best. Would Germans be welcome as immigrants? Okay, boom. I am tired of the woke madness in my country. Any region where Germans would be particularly welcome. Soviet American right here says, I assume you're looking for a conservative part of the country. Fredericksburg is a town in Texas where a small community still speaks a unique dialect called Texas German, which goes back generations. You can also find yourself in Leavenworth, Washington, which is a small town designed to resemble a Bavarian mountain village. Check out some pictures. It's gorgeous. Of course, you can go even more conservative and join the Amish or Mennonites in Pennsylvania, who speak a dialect of German called Pennsylvania Dutch, a misnomer of Deutsch. You will have no issue communicating. Otherwise, a lot of Midwest has German ancestry areas in and around Milwaukee. But if your flavor of woke means immigrants, just remember, you become one by moving here. You fucking idiot. Oh my God. Okay. So, invasive to Facebook, I guess. Get rid of this stuff if you see it. It says, if you see this little flower in your yard, kill it on sight. It is creeping Charlie, an invasive menace that spreads fast, smothers native plants, and is nearly impossible to get rid of once established. What the freak? That is kind of wild. Don't know why that has anything to do with U.S. defaultism, but whatever. Where in Florida did you find it? Can someone identify what kind of bone this is and how old it could be? Bro, that looks like a car part. Did anybody say anything crazy? Looks like a vertebrae. Not sure if it's a whale, dolphin, or fish. It's a mammalian lumbar vertebrae. Fish have concave surfaces on each side of the round centrum, while mammals have flat surfaces. You were correct about it being cetacean, cetacean, and from a member of the dolphin family. Where in Florida did you find it, if you don't mind me asking? That's a really good find. In the beautiful Floridian town of Nordvik. Did this person say, oh my God, this person assumed this was in Florida? That's what this brother. I'm not gonna lie, I did not think that was a real bone. I think all bones are just like, the same color as human bones, just white. I did not realize this was a vertebrae of any species in there. It looks like a car part, dude. Whoa, that's crazy. What does the comment section say? They're probably lighting us up, dog. America taking L's left and right. Okay, it says, I'm confused. Why did they assume it was Florida? That's hyper specific. Was it mentioned somewhere in the post? That's what I was looking for. I thought that maybe I missed something, but apparently the user thought that this was just straight up Florida. I'm also very confused why they specifically think it's Florida. Because of the sunshine and the beach. Duh. I found the post and someone else in the comments thought it looked like a Pleistocene Florida fossil. I guess that's what made people think it was from Florida. I also mispronounced the heck out of whatever that was. This is insane, LMAO. I mean, there are Floridian bumfuck towns named after Naples and Panama City. So if Florida starts giving Dutch names to their towns, I would not be surprised. Actually, you're right. Absolutely. That's exactly why we think we're the only people on the planet. Blaming original poster for the defaultism. This picture is so Florida. Haha. Nephropolis exalata Boston fern. Well, in Florida, we call them sword fern. LL, actually not even from the U.S., but thanks. Well, if you Well, if you put your general location like you are supposed to, people wouldn't have to make assumptions. Oh my lord, it is a headache reading this shit, bro. Okay, as a non-Westerner, I see terms like people of color as pure defaultism, and I don't know no one else sees it that way. It is akin to having a character creator in a video game with default main character and custom main character. It's pure otherism, and it has the specter of apartheidism mentality of Americans where they like to separate everyone based on skin color and race and religion into ghettos while the whites are the status quo. They are nurtured with this mindset since childhood. They think they like to obsess about labels in high school, for example, where every clique sits together in school. Or think about how they like to obsess about labels in high school, for example, where every clique sits together in school. The goths, the nerds, the jocks, etc., etc. It's strange for everyone who doesn't live in the Anglosphere, though I don't seem to see it prevalent in Europe as much as the USA. Okay. Wow. Crazy. The top of this is okay, it says unrelated, but I saw a discussion about colored people and their unique identity in South Africa, and some American felt it is his duty to point out how racist it was to say colored, knowing full well that it was a discussion about South Africa. Like, get fucked and open a book, dude. To white Americans, every black person in the world is an African American. Dude, I've also seen that too. Oh my God, bro. I've seen that shit too. Okay, here we go. Drinking age is 21 in every state. When I turned 18, I went out to a bar with my boyfriend and drank 5 beers, blacked out and didn't remember a thing. I threw up a dozen times the next morning, and after that, I never got drunk again. How did you get into the bar? Drinking age is 21 in every state. Okay, that is our last defaultism post, because god dang, that shit hurt. Obviously, okay, it's easy to assume when you're on the internet. I will acknowledge that, because we don't know where people are from. Maybe we should ask questions. Okay, we should ask questions, because obviously, I think if I were to navigate the space, I would say a lot of the things that I read off, just not knowing any context, but that is where you need to be asking the right questions, okay? And then you won't wind up on pages like this, U.S. defaultism. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What is the craziest thing one of us Americans has said to you guys? And I will talk to you real soon. Take care. Peace.